Guys, it's out! Chapter 14 of Boruto has leaked, and we had several revelations. The identity of the new Shinju that appeared in the last chapter was finally revealed. Boruto took his biggest beating yet, and we also had another fight where, as usual, Boruto shined again. Come with me because I did a complete analysis of this chapter. Boruto was arrested. Chapter 14 starts with Boruto sitting in a chair, waking up after being arrested by Konoha. Konohamaru says that Boruto's wounds have been healed and explains that he's being held with Amado's power-sealing handcuffs, which can't be broken without the risk of an electric shock. He also tells Boruto that his jutsus won't work, including space-time jutsu. Boruto asks if everyone is okay, and Konohamaru responds that they are, but many ninjas were killed in these confrontations. He also mentions that the enemies fled Konoha, and the sensory unit could no longer detect their chakra. Konohamaru further informs him that Sarada and Himawari, who are targets, are safe. Sakura appears and saves Inojin. In this chapter, Konohamaru's focus is on discovering who the Shinjus are, but the scene shifts to Inojin. It's revealed that Sakura is healing Inojin from his injuries, which according to her, blocked his chakra flow and almost killed him. Sakura was surprised that Inojin survived such a severe injury, partially healed by Himawari. She explains that bringing him to be treated by her was the right decision, and that he will wake up soon. Of course, Ino showed great concern in this scene, as she is Inojin's mother. Himawari and Chocho were also happy to know that Inojin would soon be well and awake. Damon and Kawaki argue. The chapter moves to a scene between Demon and Kawaki, where Demon says that Boruto could reveal everything and expose him. He continues by saying that no one will likely believe that Boruto and Kawaki switched places because omnipotence is still in effect, erasing any doubts. Only a few characters have discovered the truth and remain convinced of it. Demon continues his provocation, saying that the story of Boruto killing Naruto is just a lie, and wonders what everyone's reaction will be when they find out the truth. Ada tells Demon to stop, and Kawaki states that regardless of what Boruto says, he is responsible for Naruto's disappearance. The really curious part is that Kawaki is starting to believe his own lie, even though he knows Boruto is innocent. He also continues to say that Boruto is a dangerous Otsutsuki and needs to be killed sooner or later. The key point is that Kawaki admits in this chapter that he needs Boruto's information to deal with the Shinjus, so he knows very well that without Boruto, he's at a disadvantage, even though he still wants to kill him afterward. Boruto and Amado talk. In the following pages, Boruto tells Konohamaru that the target Matsuri is pursuing is him. Konohamaru doesn't understand, and Amado joins the conversation. He explains that the purpose of the Jubi is to devour an Otsutsuki, transform into a divine tree, and absorb the chakra of the entire planet to create a chakra fruit. But Amado also reveals that now the Shinjus have their own consciousness, and no longer need to follow this instinct. They have intelligence and act based on their emotions. Amado adds that the Shinjus are seeking information. Somehow, Amado knows more than he should about the Shinjus, which raises suspicion around him. As always, he knows more than he reveals, and I think he might turn out to be a villain at some point. Boruto makes revelations. With the revelation of the Shinjus, Konohamaru is surprised, and Boruto reveals that the Shinjus are a reflection of the people who were trapped in the trees. He says that Hidari was based on Sasuke's chakra, and that Moegi, who was also transformed into a Shinju, was the base used to create Matsuri, who is currently pursuing Konohamaru. Boruto confirms to Konohamaru that the Shinjus want to obtain information by devouring him, Sarada, and Himawari. Boruto also warns that Jura is the greatest threat and is the one causing all this chaos. Boruto confirms that Jura does not have a reflection, meaning no one was trapped in a tree to create him. Boruto states clearly that Jura is the reincarnation of the Jubi itself, and that the current crisis will only end when Jura is completely eliminated. Ever since Jura appeared, I've said that he was the embodiment of the Jubi and showed you the evidence, which is another reason not to miss my analyses. At this point, Boruto is asked how he obtained this information. He responds that the source is one man, but he cannot reveal his identity because his informant does not want to be discovered and also wants to ensure his own safety. We know that Boruto is talking about Kashinkoji in this scene. In the following pages, Konohamaru gets upset and says that he cannot accept baseless information from a criminal and traitor who was expelled from the village. Boruto responds by saying that they are all on the same side and that the only reason he is still alive is because he has important information. At this moment, the Konoha elders claim that Boruto is arrogant and that Konoha will eliminate all the Shinjus, but we know that without Boruto and his powers, this is impossible. Shikamaru under the effect of omnipotence. In this chapter, it was revealed that even though Shikamaru believes in Boruto, the omnipotence is still affecting him, as he questions why he believes in Boruto without any solid evidence. However, he manages to remember that he decided to trust Boruto, and that Boruto is, in fact, Naruto's true son, which is a strong proof against Ada's powers, something very hard to obtain. In chapter 14 of the manga, Boruto was accused of eliminating Naruto, but he claimed he did not kill the 7th Hokage. Boruto also revealed that Naruto and Hinata are alive and safe in a secret location, but he did not disclose where that place is to Konoha. We know that this place is actually Kawaki's Daikokuten, but Boruto does not want to expose Kawaki. In this chapter, the elders of Konoha, who are over 100 years old, claim that Boruto is one of the enemies and will not leave Konoha alive, besides being accused of being the Hokage's killer. The elders continue to say that everything Boruto is saying is a lie. Boruto responds that he doesn't like talking to them but hasn't told any lies. At this moment, Ibiki appears, saying that Boruto hasn't been too bad. Ibiki attacks Boruto. In this chapter, there were also shocking scenes. At this point, Ibiki arrived, saying that the interrogation was really starting. He asked where Naruto was and stated that Boruto's argument would be invalid if he did not reveal Naruto's location. Ibiki pressured Boruto, saying that if he did not provide the information, he would die as a traitor and the Hokage's murderer. Boruto of course said nothing, and at this moment, Ibiki slammed Boruto's face against the table, leaving him with several bruises. After this scene, Ibiki reveals that he had been waiting for 3 years for a chance to capture Boruto. But at this moment, Boruto responds with an epic line. "You must be really bored, huh? How enviable, lol." After this provocation, Ibiki punched Boruto in the face, making him bleed. Ibiki continued to beat Boruto to force him to speak, punching him in the stomach and leaving Boruto even more injured. Boruto was lucky that Shikamaru showed up and told Ibiki to stop. Otherwise, Boruto would have continued to take a severe beating. Shikamaru and Ino. In this chapter, Shikamaru tried to use Ino's abilities to communicate with Boruto and devise a plan to free him, but this time, Ino refused to help Shikamaru, even though it was a Hokage order. Shikamaru also mentioned that this was a mission only she could fulfill, but pointed out that secret communications are against Konoha's rules, and that Boruto is a criminal. Shikamaru even tried to appeal to their friendship to convince Ino to help him, but she declined. Shikamaru and Mitsuki free Boruto. At this point, Shikamaru put his plan into action and told Konohamaru to use Mitsuki's poison to force Boruto to reveal everything. This was actually part of the plan, as Shikamaru had instructed Mitsuki that this situation was a mission he needed to carry out. Mitsuki then enters the interrogation room, and Konohamaru tells him to control himself and not kill Boruto. Mitsuki activates Sage Mode and pretends to genuinely attack Boruto, using a snake at this moment to release him from his restraints. The code for the shackles had been given to Mitsuki by Shikamaru before he entered the room. While pretending to attack Boruto, Mitsuki also informed him of the location of his tools and clothes. Boruto is then freed and says he will reveal his information when necessary, stating that despite the situation, he does not see Konoha as an enemy. At this moment, Boruto uses Hiraishin and escapes, taking his belongings with him. Revealed, Shinki is the Shinju. At the end of the chapter, Kankuro calls Shikamaru asking for Konoha's help, as Gaara was defeated by a Shinju, and Shinki was transformed into a tree. In other words, Chapter 14 confirmed that Shinki and Gaara were defeated, and Shinki became a tree, meaning he is officially the Shinju in the manga. However, this new Shinju was created after Gaara's defeat, so it was not Shinki who defeated them, but rather Matsuri, who arrived with the spiky soul of Ryu. It was confirmed that she was investigating Boruto and Sasuke, so her appearance near the Sand Village, where they were, makes sense. This chapter confirmed several of my theories. Shinki was defeated and became the villain Ryu, as I predicted, and Jura is, in fact, the reincarnation of the Jubi, as I theorized here on the channel in my analyses. So, make sure to subscribe with notifications enabled on the Nerdficando channel so you don't miss any videos and the upcoming chapter revelations.